Okay, so I keep seeing these goofy ass videos on YouTube on my recommended page because I'm pretty into this game. I haven't played it since July 1st though. And, I have 184 hours. I've got all the achievements except for the Dark Water stuff because I haven't really played since Home Invasion. And I keep seeing people talking about how apparently Void Interactive is selling out. So let's see. SWAT animation changes, some updates, some good stuff. I'm really excited for this because it looks like it's going to streamline some of the animations and make, people not turn their legs around behind them for some reason. So this is what everybody's hung up about right here. These console rating changes. They've changed some assets and things like that and reduced the gore. So I can't even fucking show this on YouTube. And this is still going to be in the game. I can't show this image on YouTube, but this will still be in the game. You'll still be able to blow somebody's head in half. Nothing's, that kind of thing isn't going to change. Look, Outlast is on Xbox and PlayStation. I believe. I think it's on PlayStation as well. I've never had PlayStation in my life, but time out. Number one, why are we so concerned about not being able to dismember people? Number one, and then here we're going to move down. Nudity. Why do we need to see video game boobs? Let me just say this. I understand the argument. I understand we don't want to be censored. We don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to bow down to our console overlords. But it is what it is. There are certain things that games just have to do to be released on console. And that's okay. That's not the end of the world. But there are some motherfuckers on this on this side of the internet who think they need to complain about some instances of nudity and one suspect. I don't really care about Gerard from the fucking schizophrenic guy mission. I don't really care about not being able to see his asshole anymore. That's not that deep. And then I believe the other instance of explicit nudity will be the women in the container on the last mission, Port Hogan, which I can understand grievances with, that not being in the game because that's real. Things like that happen. And Ready or Not is and always has been a realistic depiction of what tactical teams have to deal with across the world. And it specifically takes place in LA. We already know that. But does it need to be in the game? It doesn't need to be. And if it needs to be, if that's what you need to have to enjoy this game, first of all, kind of weird. Second of all, mods. There are already mods to increase the gore and the blood decals and dismemberment and everything. Those things are already on Nexus. You can already have those in the game. I use the increased blood decals because I just felt like it was a little bit underwhelming if I shoot somebody's arm off with a shotgun and there isn't blood. This is another thing people are complaining about. I can't really zoom in. Instead of having the pictures of, trafficked children, I think they have like a little loading icon, which, okay, so what? I don't understand why people are lying about it. I don't understand why people are saying Void is selling out and Void. First of all, if they can, they will keep it the same on the PC version. If they can't, modders will subvert that anyway. So, and the people who are already involved in this game and this community are already PC players because it's not fucking out yet on console. So, why are we mad? We're mad about something that hasn't even happened yet, number one. Number two, we're lying about it, saying that Void is selling out and that they're censoring us. And no, that's not happening. That's not happening at all. They're just making the game more palatable for the console licensing bullshit. Yes, obviously Void Interactive wants those sweet, sweet console dollars. As fucking, I think it was Big Fry TV said, yeah, I'm fucking name dropping here. Because the lying pisses me off. Yes, where the fuck else are they going to get their money? They can't. First of all, I don't know if you guys have noticed how long it's taken Void to produce updates and more content for this game. This game has nothing. There is nothing to this game. I believe there's like 16 levels. And ready or not, like entirely. That's from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, there's 18 maps in total. So there's 18 missions. There's 18 missions that we get. We get 18 missions, and then the game's over. I mean, that's why I've 100%ed it outside of Dark Waters. We have 18 missions. That is not enough content. There's nothing to this game. And the missions are very, very short. Most of the maps are very, very small, except for Coyote and I guess maybe Port Hogan, and then the oil rig. Most of the missions are very, very small. Oh, and the cult mission, the Children of the Vine. Is that what it's called? Forgive me, I haven't played the game in a minute. I used to be able to name these things, off the top of my head, but it's been a while. I'll have to forgive me. It's been a while, and that's exactly why. I hope this video will will reach somebody and that they could relate to this, because once you're done with the game, there's nothing more to do. I mean, you can go back and play Iron Man mode, you can play with new people, you can play with new squads or whatever. You can deal with Watchmen Wake Up YT a little bit more. Yeah, fuck that guy. But why? Once you're done with everything, once you do all of the hardest things, like complete it on Iron Man and complete Coyote with only the 357, once you do all of those things, there's nothing left. You can replay the missions, but why? You can install mods that change the spawns, or you can play the mission that I think Swan is approaching made, that gives all of the enemies like tactical equipment and stuff and new weapons, changes their AI, gives them new armor, things like that. And it's fun for a time, but that runs out really quick, especially because modders can only do so much in this game, because though there is like modding support and stuff, and we're not like Helldivers over here and we don't actively just judge people who fucking use mods. There's only so much a modder can accomplish, because they're not the developer. They can't just change the bones of the game. There's modded maps as well, but there's only so many. So number one, there's only so many modded maps. There's only so many modded maps that work in the current version of the game, that have been updated and that don't just crash you. There's only so many modded maps that have enough to them. I remember there was the castle map that I played for a while, but it was like a 5-10 minute mission. It was over and done with very quickly. That's fun. Don't get me wrong, that's fun. And whomever created it, if you know what I'm talking about, kudos to you, because that was a good mod. I don't want to go off on a whole tangent about mods and stuff, because mods will always exist. Mods are for many, many, many games. Mods are prolific. There are plenty of mods for any given game. The least amount of mods I've ever seen for a game was like Space Hulk Deathwing, and there's like 40. But even then, there was a whole content overhaul. But I don't understand why we have sparked the outrage machine, and from fucking dickheads like Big Fry and a few other YouTubers that I've seen make videos about it. Moldog, you motherfuckers, like, you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling me, at least. I just wanted to dispel some of the bullshit people are spewing. It's not fucking censorship. Not to mention, it's not entirely to do with the corporate overlords argument. It's not entirely to do with just that. There are also international guidelines that we have to follow. And I know nobody likes to be censored by their government, and I'm not supporting that whatsoever. I don't think that we should have to adhere to those things. But they literally say here, ESRB, PEGI 18, and USK 18. Those are 3 different fucking international guidelines that they have to follow. You don't really have to do that on Steam. And that's why the game, really all it was is the game got away with it. What I'm trying to get at here is I think we need to give Void some grace. Void is doing what they can, but at the end of the day, they are a company and they need money to keep functioning. I don't know where you think your servers come from, but the developers. I don't know, because any given server for a game has to be stored somewhere physically. There has to be a physical hard drive somewhere storing that data. And if they run out of money to maintain those servers, we don't have any more servers. That's what happened to old 360 games. That's what happened to games like Evolve. That's what almost happened to Titanfall 2. And most of the time that comes with just running out of funding, running out of money to keep these servers up, and running out of money to keep pumping content out. If they don't If they can't keep paying their developers or, you know, keep having money so that they can live and exist and keep their offices and computers and servers and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then we don't get any more game. If we can't keep paying the developers, then they don't get any more game. Like, look at this shit, guys. You're review bombing it. You guys are so fucking mad.
Do not support a company like Void Interactive. It was perfect initially, and now you're choosing to censor it.
Shut the fuck up. Number one, they've done their best to only make changes that were absolutely required. There's no reason to be alarmed, but apparently we didn't hear that part. Age rating as it stands, already 18 plus, which, side note, I'm not going to get sidetracked on this and go off on a tangent, but the game is already 18 plus. We don't want it to be an AO rating game. Because if we want to keep this AO rating, then it's just going to be even harder. I mean, I don't want to go on a whole slippery slope argument thing, but then again, the people making these arguments are doing that and saying that Void is selling out and don't support them and yada yada yada. Maintaining multiple versions of the game can increase the likelihood of bugs and subsequent changes. But, you know, most people, the average person knows absolutely fuck all about game development and how, like, maintaining these things work. In-game assets being different would make crossplay unstable. So, for instance, let's scroll down. I have Vermintide 2. I don't even have it installed because I don't play it anymore. Vermintide 2 is a good example of this, where having different versions of the game makes crossplay unstable or just completely unusable. Darktide is a cross-platform game. I've heard people say, why don't we make Vermintide cross-platform? And that is because the assets used for the console version and the PC version are different. There are different spawn curves and enemy health modifiers on the console version, among other things, than the PC version. So those two things are they're not compatible to each other. So it's very, very difficult to completely rework the bones of a game like that to get them to match. And in Ready or Not's case, essentially when you join somebody's game, and this game and Zomboid and another game that does it, I think Risk of Rain does it. I think it was an issue with Marvel Rivals modding. The server on the back end performs a function called a it was on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot it. Anyway, it performs a function that makes sure that the host and the joinee, their game files match. And do I need to tell you how that would cause problems with a cross-platform? And the outright ignoring of these two things and, you know, limited asset changes and, you know, all of these things that they say. Again, can't fucking show this. This is gonna be the first, like, publicly listed video I'm gonna leave on my channel. This is another one people were hung up on. The police informant on the Narcos mission. Dude, he's completely naked and he was flayed. Do you need to see that? Do you need to? Must you see that? No, you don't. You don't have to. I understand why we're mad about censorship. Be mad at the companies. Be mad at the publishers. Be mad at the corporate overlords. Be mad at those people. Don't be mad at fucking Void Interactive. Don't fucking go on Steam and review bomb. Don't review bomb on Xbox. Don't revoke your pre-order that you already paid for. Don't. They need all the support that they can get, and you guys are taking away the one thing that Void actually has. Cut the shit. Stop fucking lying about this game. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, and this video is already a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but thank you if you made it this far. Thank you for listening to me autistically ramble, because this situation just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and YouTubers lying, and people in the Discord lying, and let's all take a breath. This is still the same Ready or Not. This is still the same tactical shooter I love playing in my spare time every once in a while. This is the same game that I 100%ed and put nearly 200 hours of my life. It's the same game. If we can chill with these 10,000 mostly negative recent reviews, that'd be really nice.